Good morning, everyone. For this week, we're going to discuss the Unit 4, which is the Communicating Authentic.
Hello, and welcome to the Communication Olympics, where kids are tested to see who can speak up and listen well. I'm your host, Walker Walter.
And I'm your host, Melissa Marissa. First, we have John Rigby. Last year, he famously took out his cell phone while Frankie Richardson was telling him about how her cat, Mr. Pickles, had diabetes.
It's like he didn't even care about what she had to say at all.
We have our judges scoring our athletes on a scale of 1 to 10. This is the listening room, so judges will be looking for proper active listening technique. Judges are looking for eye contact and nodding. You also have to give someone undivided attention, meaning you're actually trying to understand what the person is saying. Asking questions and making acknowledging statements also leads to a high score. Let's take this to our woman on the ground, Carissa Kelly. Carissa.
John is engaging in conversation with his friend Valentino. So Steph just left me.
She moved in across the street.
Yeah, it's like love that question asking. You would have gotten a higher score for stating what Valentina's original consent and asking a clarifying question, but overall it shows his engagement. Oh no, it looks like a really, really cool caterpillar is climbing pretty close to John Sanders. Nothing goes because this is a really cool caterpillar. Let's see what happens.
We don't even watch music videos together.
Oh, hey, cool. Look at this caterpillar.
Hey, look at what?
He wants to talk about that very cool caterpillar because he's no longer interested in the conversation, but also wants to be a good friend to Valentina.
Hey, you know, that really sucks. Have you tried telling her how you feel and get her upset?
I haven't. It's pretty cool for you to hear me out like this. Let's get to Mr. Rivers.
And he recovers. John clearly did the right thing by not getting distracted even if he was getting bored. Then he nailed it with a great introspective question. Judges give it an 8.2. He was docked a few points for looking away, and we could have seen John stating his concern back to her. Back to you, Melissa Marissa.
Wow, that really was a great plan. Next up, we're looking for effective communication skills.
Like how someone sounds when they talk?
Definitely not, Walker. Judges are looking for assertive communication, which means being direct and honest about what you think without using any put-downs or making someone feel bad.
That's what I meant.
What is communication? Communication is the transfer of information from one place to another. In relationships, communication allows you to explain to someone else what you are experiencing and what your needs are. The act of communicating not only helps to meet your needs, but it is also helps you to be connected in your relationship. Being able to communicate effectively is perhaps the most important of all life skills. It is what enables us to pass information to other people and to understand what is said to us. You only have to watch a baby listening intently to its mother and trying to repeat the sounds that she makes to understand how fundamental is the art to communicate. Really listen. Most of us do more talking than listening. What is it that makes us more concerned about what we are going to say than what the other person is saying to us? Take the time to really listen to what people are saying by their words, tone, and body language. Come alongside the other person. People don't need friends who beat them up, they need friends who help them out. Being a friend means coming alongside the other person, even if you don't agree with them. It's being there and showing support as they work through the problem. Don't try to solve or judge their issues. Just be there and let them know you care about and support them. Check your tone and body language. Body language is more telling than the actual words you say. Therefore, watch your tone and body language when you are speaking. Is your tone harsh? Does your face give away your disgust when someone else is talking? Do you smile and reassure the person who is talking? Your body language says more about your feelings and thoughts than your actual words. So keep that in mind the next time you have conversation with someone.
So now let's talk about portfolio and realistic assessment on nature and characteristics of portfolio. Portfolio are realistic in nature. They propose a scenario that makes sense, something that could really happen. They should pose an interesting problem that can be visualized and understood. They should require creativity, ingenuity, and resourcefulness. The student should have to think outside the box a little to find the answer. The assessment should bring some sort of surprise element, something that makes the students scramble up the letters for answer. They should be similar to tests that shows up in real life. The abilities tested and should be those the same abilities that will be called into play in the home, workplace, or marketplace. They should be complex enough that the student must apply a variety of skills and information-seeking methods in order to reach viable solutions. An A portfolio may contain all or some of the following. For example, files of various formats like text, pictures, videos, and evidences related to courses taken up and programs of study. Writing samples which might include several drafts to show development and improvement. Projects prepared for class or extracurricular activities, evidence of creativity and performance, and evidence of extracurricular and co-curricular activities including examples of leadership, evaluation, analysis, and recommendation. And now let's talk about portfolio as a communication medium on analyzing the key components of A portfolios. A portfolio is a collection of work or evidence in an electronic format that showcases learning over time. When you think about your A portfolio and the types of evidence that it contains, it is important to think carefully about its purpose and intended audience. Creating an A portfolio involves skills in 21st century learning. For example, organizing and planning materials, giving and receiving feedback, reflecting, selecting, and arranging content to communicate with a particular audience in the most effective way.
Electronic portfolios, also known as digital portfolio, online portfolio, or e-portfolio, is a collection of electronic evidence assembled and managed by a user or a learner, usually on the web. Such electronic evidence may include input text, electronic files, images, multimedia, blog entries, and hyperlinks. E-portfolios are both demonstrations of the learner's or the user's abilities and platforms for self-expressions. E-portfolios are consist of three types. These are the first, the developmental portfolio, also called as learning portfolios, reflection portfolios, formative portfolios, and working portfolios. Its uses is to demonstrate work in progress, includes self-assessment and reflection, and focuses on the portfolio as a process and emphasizes reflection. The second type of e-portfolio is the showcase portfolio. This is also known as professional portfolios, formal portfolios, presentation portfolios, representational portfolios, and career or employment portfolios. Its uses are demonstrates exemplary work or skills, illustrates experience and achievement, and focuses on the portfolio as a product. And the last but not the least type of e-portfolio is the assessment portfolio. also called summative portfolios. This is generally used by the instructors or educators, where students provide work in the format of a developmental or showcase portfolio. It is typically a systematical collection of student work demonstration, competencies, and achievement of set criteria, standards, and or goals, according to O'Malley and Valdez of 1996.
Nature in assigning grades. Grades are teachers' judgment on the performance of a student based on the certain criteria. Aside from grading students' performance, teachers have to inform the students and parents of the students' academic progress and the various learners in the area of the curriculum. Although objective, grades can be subjective from time to time and are relative from the school to another school, from one teacher to another teacher, and from one school to another student. Several variables such as periodical examination, class standing, and considered in grading the student. The purpose. Grades serve as the formal tool to measure students' academic performance in class. Once teachers assign grades, students receive reports showing their grades for each class. This offers students formal feedback on the teacher's view to their performance based on the established grading criteria for the course.
Rationally.
Rationally. A brief written statement of purpose using a particular book to why for using it for it will be in the curriculum. This is prepared by individual teachers based on the community noted above on the curricular and instructional objectives and needs.
Hello everyone, I'm Angelo Castel. Welcome to our blog. Today, I will discuss to everyone about grading system and Mara will discuss about the disadvantages and advantages about it. So just stay put and enjoy our discussion. What is grading system? So a grading system in education is a system that is used to assess the educational performance of a child, which is entirely based upon points alone. So as a educator, do not use grades as a weapon to our students, and grading is not essential to the instructional process. In education, there are types of grading system. These are percentage grading, letter grading, pass or fail, and narrative grading. So in percentage grading, this using a percentage scale from percent 0 to 100. So it is usually based on percent correct on exams and or percent of points earned on assignments. The second one is letter grading and variation. So using a series of letters often from A, B, C, D, F, or letters which pluses and minuses as an ordered category scale can be done in norm, reference, or standard-based manner. The third one is a pass or fail grading. So it refers to a grading system in which students receive whether a pass or a fail grade. And the last is the narrative grading. So narrative grading is a form of a performance measurement and feedback which can be used as an alternative or supplement to grading. The grading system have 4 rules. Number 1 is it evaluates the quality of students' work. Number 2, it communicates with the students as well as employers, graduate schools, and others. Number 3, it motivates how the students study, what they have focused on, and their involvement in the course. Number 4, it recognizes the marked transition, bring closure, and focus effort for both students and teachers. So this is the reason grading is so important for the assessment process, principally in the minds of faculty. And now, let me introduce to you Mara Galaw Parani for the discussion about disadvantages and advantages of grading system in education.
Thank you, Angelo Castel, for introducing me. Now, let me discuss to everyone the advantages and disadvantages of grading system in education. All the advantages of grading system are: it reduces score pressure, its advanced grading pattern, identification of weaknesses and the strengths of the students, easier studies for the students. The disadvantages of grading system are: its decreased performance of the students, demotivation, increased lethargy. Thank you for watching and listening, guys.
Thank you, Mara Parani. We hope we learned a lot of this short discussion. Thank you and good day.
Reporting to parents. When you communicate authentically, you bring your whole self, your thoughts, feelings, and experiences with you. You show others that you respect yourself as well as them. So a teacher uses methods in reporting to parents such as report cards, parent-teacher conference, and other communications. Parent-teacher conference. Two-way communication occurs with teachers and parents dialogue together, and that is parent-teacher conference. To be effective, parent-teacher conferences require thoughtful and well-developed planning. Instead of viewing the conference as a reporting session for what is not working in the school, we, teachers, can construct an opportunity to discuss what is working with the student. Indeed, putting the child at the center of the parent-teacher conversation will allow for us to focus discussion on the whole child, including both strengths and weaknesses, according to Lawrence Lightfoot during 2004. Report cards. Report cards are the traditional mode of conveying permanent, written evaluate information regarding student progress. Report cards should be clear and easy for parents to understand. These records should provide an analysis of academic development across content areas, information about student strengths and learning style, an assessment of the child's social development, specific goals for the student to work on, and associated suggestions for the parents. Other communication. In recent years, educators have experimented with various technologies to communicate with parents in innovative and time-efficient ways. Integrating technology can help schools communicate quickly to a broad parent community. Polls in each classroom permit teachers a flexible opportunity to contact parents from their classroom when students are not present. Like for example, a teacher maintaining a daily 1-minute voicemail messages for parents and students to call out the end of each day. There are record messages, provide updates on homework, assignments, classroom highlights, and also inviting parents and children to respond with a message on their own. And for any emergencies also regarding to the students to inform their parents.